Good evening. 1 2 1 2. Check check 1 2. Good evening. 1 2 1 2. Check check 1 2. Check check 1 2 1 2. Testing, testing. I see my first person to ever view my YouTube channel. Can you hear me okay? What's up, guys? What's going on? Can you hear me okay? I'm just doing a sound check. I'm just kind of still fine-tuning things here, so I'm just kind of just doing a check of the functioning and see what maybe can be improved. And oh, awesome. That's great. Glad you guys can hear me. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. Welcome to my little test run excursion. If it's a little bit rocky, let me know. I'm just kind of doing this to fine tune things. I'm still trying to fine tune the resolution that you guys are seeing. I'd like to sharpen that picture a bit more. So if anyone's got any tips on that, I'm still kind of troubleshooting there. I didn't get time to put together a show tonight because I was just so busy between my business and then getting this stuff together. So I'm just kind of like, I don't really have a show together. So, but I'm more than happy to hang out here and shoot the breeze about the markets and whatever. Yeah, totally. So, but I can check out what's going on. I know there was a lot of news that did come in today. I honestly didn't have time to really get to the crypto news cycle today. Hey, welcome, Bully Campline, TAV. Right on. Good to see you guys, man. Good to see you guys. But the Doge is doing good, you guys. The Doge is doing strong. It looks like we're approaching a new a new floor, rather. Looks like 5/8 the new floor. I'm doing a test run. That's awesome. Let's see, guys. So what's going on, guys? What do you make of the crypto news today? If you guys have anything you want to talk about, we can talk about it. I didn't have time to put together a show today, so just let me know. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what you want to talk about. Yeah, you guys, this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. Welcome, Cascadia Futurist. What do I make of Mana? I like Mana. I think it looks pretty promising. I'm invested in Mana. And from everything that I've researched about Mana, I think that the trajectory looks really good, especially both short-term and long-term. So definitely a fan. BTT went up crazy today. Yes, I saw that. Everything went up today, but it's been doing that the last few days. It's not just today, guys. The entire crypto market's just been doing fantastically. I'm sure almost everyone's portfolio in here is up, right? My portfolio is up almost about 25%. Good stuff. Do I think Beeple NFT sale for 68 million is legit? I do think it's legit. Yeah, believe it or not, I do think that's legit. The thing that's interesting about that Beeple NFT sale is, the thing that stood out to me the most about that was not just the 68 million, but that actually 9 million of that, it was actually more towards like the final sales like 59 million. And then the auctioneers that auctioned it got a 9 million cut. That's a pretty good cut. So if you want to put together a company that does NFT auctions, sounds like that would be a smart direction to go in. Harry says, what are your top picks for under $1 coins or Coinbase? Top picks for under $1. That's a decent question. Let me pull up some charting here. I want to give you a good answer on that. Well, obviously Doge is top for me. But aside from that, Mana for sure. I'd also put in CKB, Nervous Network. And I'd still put in I was gonna say the Oh My God Network, but that's not under $1. But it is a lesser known coin. Other than that, I would go with I guess I'd go with TRX still. I'd go with Tron. And I guess that puts me with one more, and that would definitely go to BitTorrent. How about them apples? Not bad for thinking on my feet for under $1. Yes, welcome Celeste. First test stream. My only regret about this first test stream is that I didn't have time to put a show together. But let me try a scene change. Is the music coming through okay, you guys? Let's see. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Let me see. I'm going to do a scene change. See how that goes. That's why it's a test stream. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just making sure that all the functioning is there. I'm still trying to get it more like the resolution that you're seeing on the screen. I'm still trying to get that a little bit more high res. I want to see that a little crisper. So I need to figure out how to tighten that up more. Yeah, Maddox is a good pick. I've always kind of shied away from XLM though, but I know I have a few good friends that are pretty bullish on it. Let me see here, guys. I don't think most of you heard my show last night, so I could go over some of that material, because there's definitely some interesting stuff there. So let's pull up some of that material. It's clean on our end. Audio's clear as well. So good. So good to hear you guys. Right on, right on. Thank you for the feedback. That's why you guys are here. The feedback is really important to me for this test stream. I think Doge is about to break out. I was just talking about this with my friend Matt Wallace. I think it's going to break out. I think we could see a very exciting week for the DOGE. And I noticed there's been a sector of Dogecoin newbies kind of turning on Doge. There's lots of Doge Twitter profiles that are posting anti-Doge kind of sentiments. This is a phenomenon of two things. I think it's new investors that are anxious and disappointed that Doge hasn't gone straight to the moon already. And look, if you were once bullish on Doge and you're no longer bullish on Doge, that's fine, but don't go out of your way to talk smack about Doge while disguising yourself in a Doge avatar and Twitter handle. This is just like a thing I've been seeing. It's just interesting. And the other thought that I've had is there's a surge of Twitter profiles that have been suspiciously anti-crypto / anti-Doge. I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility that Some of these profiles are ran by undercover hedge funders. We've already seen a few profiles busted for doing this. Is the music a little loud? That's the kind of feedback I want from you guys, because I can turn it down. I'm happy to turn down the music if it's coming through a little loud. Let me know if my voice is too quiet or too loud. All that stuff. I'm just kind of want to fine tune the levels here, guys. Sean asks, is there going to be a Doge after dark or more stories of Steele's past? Both. This new show that I'll be doing, guys, it's going to be, don't worry, it's not going to be crypto-centric, but it's going to be a bit more of a talk show format. And I have a great schedule of guests coming in, just interesting people coming in. Two notches higher on the voice, a little bit higher in the voice. Is that what you're saying? You want my voice a little louder? Yeah, guys, actually I've confirmed this girl, not Natasha. She's coming in the first week that I go live, and she's head of digital marketing for Voyager. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm going to turn up my voice. Check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Let me know if that's any better, guys. If it's too loud or still not loud enough or just right. Just let me know. Harry says, Steven Steele, do you worry about the influence banks and hedgies have over policymaking when it comes to DeFi and crypto? Absolutely, 100%. For those of you who've been following my live streams on Twitter, I talk a lot about this. And it's something we just have to keep an eye on and just stay vigilant and activated on and do our best to fight against it. We do not like that. Okay, better, perfect. People are saying, okay, awesome. I'm glad you got the level right. I'm gonna set that level in there for the future shows, you guys. Yes. Awesome. It's lower on the music still? Okay, no problem. We can do that. All right, so I turned up my voice a little bit more. I turned down the music a little bit more, and then you guys can let me know how those levels are sitting with you, okay? And obviously, I assume most of you, almost all of you in here now, all 10 of you, have already subscribed to the channel, but if you haven't yet, definitely do that. Okay, awesome. Thank you for the feedback, guys. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the feedback. Awesome. We are getting there, guys. We are getting there. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I did see Bernie Sanders come after Elon yesterday, which was kind of disappointing. Bernie Sanders tweeted out yesterday, "We are in a moment in American history where two guys Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos own more wealth than the bottom 40% of people in this country. That level of greed and inequality is not only immoral, but unsustainable. I thought that was a little bit oversimplistic to do our man Elon like that. And to comparing these two guys as essentially the same person just seems a bit disconnected to me, because I wouldn't equate Elon to Jeff Bezos in any way other than the level of their wealth, but really not much else there, you know? Yeah, so I guess it was interesting to me how he glossed over the fact that Elon is responsible for spearheading the greatest global effort for electronic ran cars that we've ever seen. I mean, also Elon is offering $100 million to whomever can reduce carbon removal, to be aimed at, it's obvious, as he sees it, as one of the biggest threats facing humanity. So $100 million to whoever comes up with the best solution for fighting climate change and rebalancing the carbon cycle. Yeah, he's comparing apples to oranges. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. And also, did you guys catch this? This was really cool. Just a couple days ago, Elon was in Flint, Michigan. Here, let me pull this up. I think here's an article by MLive. That's the title of the article is "After Roadblocks with Manufacturer, New Filter Selected for Flint Schools Filtration Stations Funded by Elon Musk." And it just goes on to talk about how Elon Musk has poured millions of dollars into getting Flint's water filtration system back on track when no one else has been able to do it. For how long has that been going on? Yeah, so to compare Elon to Jeff Bezos as being on the same moral equivalent as Jeff Bezos struck me as incredibly disconnected from Bernie on that one. Hey, Cuban Trucker, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Cool to see a few names from back when I was on the other channel. Harry says, I use eToro when I'm in the UK, and there spend on Bitcoin. It was $400. When I tweeted them, they said it was 75 cents, but subtracted the sell price. Oh, cool. Term limits don't sound like a bad idea to me. Welcome, Mama Crypto. Welcome. Yeah, getting a few more heads in here. Cool. You guys see this? How you can now instantly be able to tweet Bitcoin? That was pretty cool. So Bitcoin can now be sent as a tweet through an app called Bottle Pay. I'm going to keep an eye on Bottle Pay, especially if they go public with an IPO. Could be some real opportunity there, you know? I would like to see Bottle Pay extend to also a variety of social media platforms, that technology, not just Twitter though. But that's awesome. You can literally through Bottle Pay just tweet Bitcoin back and forth to people. Yeah, Tron's looking pretty good. The only thing I'm a little skittish about Tron is the CEO, Justin. A little bit of he's made a few questionable decisions, I'll just say that. But I do like Tron. Yeah. Did you guys? I'm assuming most of you saw Elon's reply tweet yesterday to Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman tweeted out, "This tweet is not about Bitcoin. Not everything is about Bitcoin, or is it?" And then Elon replied, "Sometimes it's about Doge." Sometimes it's about Doge. Perfect. Northwoods, you should also put your referral links in the About section of this channel. Also, make sure you have some nice discretions in the live stream hashtag. Yeah, those are all great suggestions. Thank you so much for those. Yeah, this is just a test stream, so it's just totally impromptu, off the top of my head. Main purpose of this is just to touch base with you guys and to make sure the basics just function. The basics are working, that's all. Am I cutting out? You guys, let me know. Let me know if I'm cutting out off and on. Definitely let me know about that stuff. Celeste says I am, but is anyone else noticing that? Harry asks me any views on GameStop or AMC. To be perfectly honest, I've recently pulled my AMC stock out when it had a couple good days there, just so I didn't lose my butt like I was. And I know a lot of people are still really bullish about AMC and think its best days are ahead, and that could very well be. I just decided to reallocate those funds elsewhere. And as far as GameStop, it depends when you got in my opinion. If you got in at one of the lower rates, a bit before the WSB phenomenon, I would definitely hold. If that's just my personal opinion. I'm 5 seconds ahead of the chat. Oh, I think that's because of your Wi-Fi though, right? Mark Lance, welcome, man, welcome. I do believe. Yeah, a lot of talk about VTHO. I don't feel comfortable enough. VTHO is something I just really started taking a harder look at. I don't feel comfortable enough talking about it yet though, until I do more research on it. Yeah, Cascadia says, I think AMC can go up as they reopen movie theaters, even besides the short squeeze. That was my thinking. My prediction towards AMC kind of altered over the last week, and I'll tell you where my logic was with that. I initially thought that AMC was poised to really blow up again coming this spring. We're kind of coming in the spring now, but and into the summer, because the governor of New York announced that AMC was resuming all normal hours for theaters in New York City and New York, and that's significant because AMC's highest grossing theaters locations are in New York City, right? So, but then when the numbers started coming back, so my logic was people have been locked up and caged so long because of that pandemic that people would be more than just anxious and ready to get out and go to the movies, because that's something people associate with a simpler times before the pandemic, and it would just make them feel more human. And that's what I predicted. But when the numbers started coming back, they were very underwhelming as far as people that were actually turning out in movie theaters. So that could change the more the weather warms up. But that kind of made me a little skittish. And so I've tampered down my predictions on AMC. Yeah, I'm kind of crypto Doge daddy. I kind of agree with you. I don't think they're done by any means, but um, I think it's going to be pretty hard getting those numbers back pre-COVID. Yeah, you guys know how I roll. All I can do is I just try to explain to you guys my thinking process and my logic towards the investment decisions that I make in the most unbiased way I can. And I think, um, and however you want to fit that into your decision making process is up to you. But I think that's the best way to go about these kind of hosting these kinds of shows, in my opinion. Celeste says she's got 200 gift card. You have 200, or you have $200 in gift cards of AMC, or 200 AMC gift cards. I also think too, because one of the main silver linings to the pandemic, in my opinion, is the big cultural shift that we've seen. We've seen a tremendous cultural shift since the pandemic started, where it's forced people to be more to kind of reprioritize the the entertainment that they value, right? So we saw the Golden Globes. What was that? Just last week, the ratings were down 50%. The Oscars ratings are way down too. Um, I think there's just been like a sea shift away from typical Hollywood entertainment as the source of our for our joy and escapism. I think people have been coming more to uh, shows like this, frankly, YouTube, and just connecting with people that are more real to them, that and finding communities online that of people that care about them more than Trevor Noah or whatever. It's what's also interesting to me too is seeing all uh, these nighttime shows, these nighttime talk shows, that whole circuit. Now they're started to have like select audiences in them now, right? But for a while there, when you would tune in to like whether it was The Daily Show or Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon or whatever, there would be no audiences, and so it would just be their jokes, their script, and that's it. They couldn't hide behind anything. They couldn't hide behind any laugh tracks or an audience or all that hype. And then once you strip those things away, that really puts it to the test of how funny they are, right? How funny are these people really? And I think a lot of people would watch that and go, I don't think these folks are as nearly as entertaining as I thought all these years. I think I'm gonna spend my free time elsewhere. $14 popcorn. All right, I guess that's not too far of a stretch in some cities for movie going prices. Another cool thing, I don't know in what cities you guys are at, but like, I agree. I agree there. Crypto Doge Daddy. Yeah, most TV's just gotten too political. People, I mean, they're even politicizing sports. It's really unfortunate. I mean, we just need to come together more, guys. And people, most reasonable people, whether they're watching a sporting event or they're just like trying to unwind with some entertainment, they don't want to be preached at one way or the other. They just want to chill and enjoy themselves. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu team, some Muay Thai here in Chicagoland. Oh, I'm not too far away from you. I'm in the Midwest as well, Peachtree. Yep, I'm in the Midwest as well. I wonder if we'll see 6 cents. Do you think we'll see 6 cents tonight, you guys? Doge is starting to go up a little more. I'm seeing more buys than sells. We're at about 5.8. We're approaching 5.9 right now, guys. We're approaching 5.9. Hey, G3, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the test stream, guys. Welcome to the test stream. Great to see you guys. If any of you have yet to subscribe, please do. Please do. I have so much going on in the works. I know it's been hard to tell, but like I've been working super hard behind the scenes. I'm going to be bringing you guys, there's like a lot of cool stuff going on behind the scenes that I just can't talk about yet, but it's going to be 2021. It's going to end up being a real big year. I don't think we're too far off from a 6 cent floor. I really don't. I mean, right now we're basically at and I'm being modest here. We're at about a 5.8 floor, 5.75, 5.8 floor. That's the new floor. Celeste asks, what do you have plans for future shows, crypto only or whatever that's fun? So the way I'm structuring the show out, you guys, it's going to definitely have a crypto centric bent, but it's going to be more of a variety show. I'm going to get into more of fun, in-depth interviews and have fun guests on. And so we're going to talk about a variety of things. And it's just going to be a real fun place to like hang out and build a community around, while keeping an eye on Doge and while keeping an eye on crypto for sure. So it's going to be more of a variety show that way, you guys. Oh, thank you, G3. Appreciate that, man. And you know that I'm already ahead of you. I've kept in contact with Dr. Crypto since I left the last channel I was on. And he is going to be in the rotation of guests here. He's going to be on the rotation of guests here. So Dr. Crypto, I'm definitely going to work him in on the mix. I love that guy, and he's really sharp. He's a really sharp guy. Thank you, Celeste. So how are the levels sitting now, guys, between the music and the voice? Did I find the right balance now? Yeah, Crypto Doge Daddy. I haven't been in touch with him at all, so I don't know what the status of him is right now. Levels sound amazing. Good to hear you guys. I trained with the Vienna brothers. Oh, okay. You're deep, man. You are in deep. Thank you for that feedback, guys. On this test stream, that stuff's very important. Oh, thank Cascadia. Yeah, it was two things. Like, one of the things I had to do before I started this channel is search for music that was royalty free, that wouldn't get me in trouble, because YouTube's really strict about that stuff. So I've always been pretty partial to kind of 80s sounding stuff and synth wavy kind of Futura kind of sounding stuff. So thought it'd be a good match for the show and my personality. Yeah, so you see that there's this huge Reddit thread that's been going on looking to recruit more developers for Doge. And it looks like a lot of really talented developers have been jumping in on that and making that happen. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of hardworking developers that are getting a lot of hardworking new developers getting right to work on Doge, which is going to be great, you guys. Kavinsky, you know, I saw Kavinsky in his earlier days open up for Daft Punk in 2000. It was either 2010 or 2011, and it was while I was on tour myself, and I saw them play together at Berkeley, California, and Berkeley's got a beautiful. The name of the venue eludes me, but they have a beautiful outdoor venue. It was really cool, and then we flew out the next day to see Kavinsky and Daft Punk play at Red Rocks in Colorado, which is another gorgeous outdoor venue. Really fun. Yep. Yeah, we got a few more heads in here now. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard to my first YouTube solo show live stream. I mean, this is technically it. This is kind of a historic thing, you guys. Just this small group, this small core. I will not forget about the core. I will not forget about that core that have been tuning into me on my Twitter live streams night after night. I know who you guys are. Everyone in this room tonight, I know who you guys are. I appreciate you guys following me. I know things got rocky for a bit there, and the big falling out with the last channel that I was on, and things got weird. I get it, but thank you for following me, you guys. I appreciate it. So, I'm looking at this article right now. It's pretty interesting. Thank you, Zero. I hope so. I hope so. I really hope so. Hashtag and Steele we trust. Thank you, Sean Bug. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. So here's this article that's been circulating around the net the last 2 days. It's from News 18, which is a really big news outlet in India, right? And this article that's been going around is titled, "Elon Musk Won't Stop Tweeting About Dogecoin and Cryptocurrency Prices Are a Volatile Mess." That's not very nice. So when I looked up, this is interesting, you guys. When I looked up who wrote this article, it just says staff. That's always a big red flag. Whenever you see a news article, it won't even show the author. It just says staff. That's pretty sketch. So then I did some more research. This is where it gets really interesting, guys. News 18 is owned by a company called Network 18. And both of these companies are actually owned by a large shadow corporation called Reliance Industries in India. And Reliance Industries have just recently invested over $50 million in Bill Gates' energy tech. And we all know how Bill Gates feels about cryptocurrency and Elon Musk. So do you think that's a coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think so. Elon needs an Ambien, G3 says. Is India? That is not fake news. India is trying to ban all crypto. They are bringing legislation to their houses to do that. I don't know if it'll go through or not. I know they've threatened to do this in the past and they haven't done it. So it just depends how serious the government is about this. I know the actual desire for a lot of governments is to dictate and ban a lot of crypto and then replace it with and force people to take up a government digital currency. India and Bill Gates hate crypto. I mean, you're not wrong. They do have that in common. It is kind of like the perfect marriage, right? This is nice. It's nice to finally have a place to hang out with you guys, man. This is great. Yeah, India is hating on crypto hard. The government is, not the people. The people want the freedom. The people want the choice. The people want the options. The people want, I mean, like I've said before, I think what they're trying to do in India is one of the worst things you can do to a society, because it's so important that people have the freedom to make investments, to make decisions on investments, even investments a lot of people, other people would say are questionable, but to know that the freedom of your financial decisions could potentially have game-changing consequences towards not only out of poverty, but into comfortable wealth for yourself and your family and your future generations even. And to take that kind of hope and those kind of hopes and possibilities away from people, I think is not good. I do not support that. Captain Chronic, welcome, man. Welcome aboard. My day was decent. It was productive. I'm a little skittish about getting on webcam, you guys, to be honest. But I do have a webcam, and I'm going to be coming on web. I'm going to be coming on cam like here and there. I didn't feel like getting on tonight, but I will. Intermittently, I'll be on cam. G3 says, I don't see as much of a gray area as there once was. Seems like now a country is either on board or not. Very true. The lines are definitely getting drawn, aren't they? With each and every day when it comes to those who are in favor of decentralized currency and those who aren't. Yeah, I've been warning about that in my my live streams on Twitter that I've been doing. we're got to be careful because our government now is really starting to take measures to crack down and keep a much closer eye on those of us in the crypto world. So if you haven't done your taxes yet, I'd suggest you either get a CPA that really knows what they're doing with crypto, or just make sure you've done your homework, because I think they're going to start making examples out of people in America. And America is actually one of the countries where that has some of the more stricter taxation laws in regards to crypto currently. Yeah, I mean, largely, I think governments, the more dependent governments can keep their citizens on them, the greater acceleration of power and decision making that those governments can have, right? So it's a balance. It's a balance. So another interesting story, you guys, I saw was there was a guy that got scammed for over $500,000 over a Dogecoin Twitter scam. And what happened was, it was one of these, you know, when Elon Musk, every time he tweets, there's like a bunch of like fake profiles that are also named Elon Musk will like tweet out spammy stuff underneath his tweets. Well, some unfortunate person actually thought it was Elon Musk like talking to them on Twitter, and that person convinced them to wire over like $500,000, and I'm not sure if it was in USD or Doge, but one of the two. So chances are, if you get a notification on your phone that Elon Musk replied to you, it's not really, it wasn't the real Elon Musk. I knew it was you, Crypto Doge. Yeah, you gotta really be careful of that stuff. And another thing too, I'm just putting out as a disclaimer right now. My friend Matt Wallace, he's been dealing with this a lot on his channel, Final Stand, where a lot of scammers will open up Twitter profiles with whoever the channel's owner or host is, with the same name. So then they will respond to people's YouTube comments underneath the videos they post and say, hey, here's my direct number, call me or text me. And then obviously, or you're supposed to call them you're supposed to text them. They ask you to text them, and then you text them thinking it's Matt Wallace or thinking it's whoever, and it's obviously not, and then they try to run and scam you that way. And as far as I can tell, YouTube hasn't been doing a whole lot about that. I have not made any NFT investments yet, but that is a space I'm working my way towards in the near future, especially since I'm also a recording artist. So I am looking to cross over into that world with music releases and the digital artwork that surrounds my music releases into like NFTs and stuff. So yeah. It's definitely a space that interests me greatly. Yeah, I've never seen more scammy spam stuff ever. Between Twitter and just how many calls we're getting on our cell phones every day, right? It's just kind of off the charts. Off the charts. Yeah, the robocalls are off. They're out of control. They're off the chain right now. Doge getting pretty close to 5.9 now, guys. What do you think? You think we're gonna get 66 cents tonight? I think it's possible. Northwoods, nothing super fancy. I got an Elgato wave. Yeah, it's so frustrating getting those robocalls because, you know, you're going about your day and you're actually expecting some important phone calls. And the thing is, they got those robocalls down where a lot of the times the numbers that will be coming in will be from your own area code, right? And then you think it's legit. Then you pick up and you just get a recording, or you get a super long delay before someone starts talking. And you're like, oh gosh. All right. Well, I've locked in these levels, you guys, between the music and the volume on my voice and stuff. So that's all good information to know. And I think I fixed the resolution a little bit more on the visuals, so that's should be a little bit clearer now than when I first started. And so yeah, this is helpful. I hope you guys will consider this one of your hangouts and one of your online homes. I really do. I'm going to build something really special here. I've been putting a lot of work into it behind the scenes. Celeste asked if there's a set time that I plan on streaming. I think overall it's going to be a night show. That's just kind of my vibe, and I'm a night owl, and I enjoy streaming. I enjoy streaming nights more than the day, but I will occasionally do day streams if there's like breaking news. That's if big events happen in relation to Doge and crypto or something like that. It'll definitely be a regular thing. Right now I plan on being on like live streaming like 4 or 5 nights a week. For me, it's just my vibe. Nighttime streaming is just my vibe, you know. I agree, Northwoods. Thank you, G3. Jordan says, I remember the first time you went live with that other YouTube channel. Really? You remember the first time I was on there? That was a wild trip. I mean, for a short period of time, that channel was doing, we averaged between 1,000 and 4,000 people watching at the same time at all times. That went on for a little bit before things kind of unraveled. You know, it's funny. It already seems kind of long ago to me, but it wasn't that long ago at all. it was, it was a good ride for a while. You're right, and regardless of the missteps that may have happened over there, um, on their end, um, I'm still I'm still thankful that it happened in its own way. That I was afforded the opportunity, just the same. And Celeste says, I was about to leave until the Steel Man stepped in. That's kind of you. Agreed, Northwoods. Yeah, G3 says, I wouldn't have found you if it wasn't for them, but definitely good you have to speak in a new space. That's how I feel about it, regardless of how things went down to the last channel, it still ended up resulting in you folks and I connecting, right? So Sanisa, welcome. You made it. Yes, indeed. Good to see you. Oh, this is a lot of fun. I've definitely stayed on longer than I thought I was with the test stream, but we'll just ride this out. It's Friday night, and I'll stay on a little while longer. Why not? Doge going up. I have BTT also. Holy cow, I made 140% return today on that one. Yeah, BTT just went nuts. It went nuts. I got a little money in BTT, but not a lot. Elon's pinned tweet has me cracking up. Let me take a look at it. Like I said, this is the first day I didn't really closely follow the news cycle. So let me take a look. I'm going to pull that up. Oh, and this is just confirmed news, you guys. Check this out. This is just confirmed just within the last hour. Jordan Peterson invited Elon Musk to be on his podcast, and Elon accepted. So I'm pulling that up right now. That is happening. There isn't a date on it yet, though. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, let me check out Elon Musk's Twitter. Oh, that meme. That meme. They don't know I own this song's non-fungible token. Is that the pinned tweet right now? Yeah, I think it is. Zero says I ran out of cheap coins to buy in Voyager. It's not a super cheap coin anymore, but are you in VGX yet? If not, I think now's a great time to buy VGX. It's very cheap. compared to how it normally is. I think it's hovering a little over $4, but it usually hovers around $6. And I think most everyone here is on Voyager. If you're not, they do have, you do get your own wallet on there, you know, your own personal wallet in there with keys. The interest rates are just out of control. The interest rates are really good there on so many coins. In fact, I closed out my savings account and I opened up I took all my money out of my savings account and I rolled it over into USDC on Voyager. For those of you who don't know, USDC is a stable coin that's the exact equivalent in value of the US dollar. And Voyager offers 9% APR interest on USDC. So when you figure what is your bank doing for you now and your savings account, that's like not even, it's like a fraction of a percentage these days. Not to mention all the fees they get you with, right? So instead, I'll be cruising with 9% interest. Just something to think about. Yeah, so we got a handful of you guys in here now, and that's awesome. Do you bill pay Voyager? I do not pay my bills through Voyager yet. They are coming out with a debit card and a credit card very soon. And I think Voyager, because so many people have been flooding there, they still got a waiting list. That's, from what I understand, it usually takes people about 3 weeks. Unless you use my partner code with them, then you get in. Usually, almost everyone that's using my referral code gets in within 24 hours. And then you also get $25 in free crypto. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about Sushi Coin. Oh, MetaMask. Yeah, I got MetaMask as well. And MetaMask is one of the top wallets used. That's compatible with so much of the NFT market too. Where are you guys from, by the way? Where's everyone from in this room? I want to know. Don't mind me, I'm just eating a little dinner in the background here, guys. North Carolina, Anaheim, California, Houston, Kentucky, Philly, Bellingham, Washington, Hawaii, but chilling in Chicagoland. That's cool. Fremont, Cali. Yeah, I know where Fremont is, man. Cool. Yep, I used to be in California quite a bit back in the day. I'm in one of the larger cities in the Midwest. Northwood says, I went to high school in El Cajon, California. Oh, congrats to your sister. She got married in Hawaii. Are you a native of Hawaii, Northwoods? Went to high school in Chula Vista. Oh, a lot of Cali natives in here. That's awesome. Sanisa says, I was born in Singapore. My mother is Thai. My father is Swedish. What a beautiful mix. That's awesome. I'm not Swedish, but I am very Scandinavian. I'm English and Dutch, pretty much right down the middle. Hey. Mr. Ab Kareem, welcome, dude. I haven't seen you since the last channel. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm good, dude. I'm good. You or me, Sinisa? Navy brat. So yeah, I moved around a lot, huh? That's very sweet. Thank you. Don't make me blush on my first night, you guys. Don't do it. All right, let's check some markets. Let's check some markets. So Doge is up overall today. It's up about 2.5%. Up about 2.5% today. The way it's looking, I think we'll see 6 cents this weekend again. I really do. Jeremy, that's gross. I mean, it's not gross, but you know. It's just nature, right? E&J is actually down today, but I'm not worried about it. I'm still anticipating that E&J is going to go up to about $5 within the next 6 weeks. Today it was down almost 6% today, though. Mana's down a little bit today too, but not a lot. About 2.5%. VGX is absolutely on sale right now. I actually bought a little bit more today because I think the long-term trajectories for VGX are look super solid, super solid. Hey, thank you, Mr. Abdel Kareem. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad you found it. Yeah, you guys, spread the word. Spread the word that I've gone solo, and we're starting now, man. We're starting now. So I'm going to put a solid show together for tomorrow night. I'll be here tomorrow night, probably around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, everyone's got a lot of high hopes for VTHO. I mean, I could see it. Jeremy says, I love Doge sitting like this. The lack of volume fluctuation honestly has me wondering if this quote-unquote wallet creation by Robinhood is causing it to stagnate. Good question. Yeah, guys, so for those of you who aren't familiar, I wouldn't say I'm super bullish about CKB, but it's definitely one that I like, that I have a small investment in, that I've been telling you guys about. It's really starting to pick up steam now. It went up almost 25% today. And that's a Nervos Network coin. And I think it's got a pretty bright future. From what I've read about Nervos Network coin, it seems that they're networking with a lot of captains of industries about incorporating their tech into their companies. So Cascadia says Doge will be a great currency as opposed to our fiat. I agree. That's the idea. I mean, Doge is the currency of the people. It's meant to be used every day by lots of people in small retail transactions. It's just kind of how it's structured. Ooh, are you serious, Kareem? Kareem says he lost $30,000 on option calls today on Nokia and uranium. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Yeah, I've definitely lost some money in Nokia. Not 30 G's though, man. Dude, I am really sorry to hear that, man. That's a rough day, bro. That was a rough day. Well, I hope your restaurant just does a lot of business in the next month. I hope it does so much business that 30K comes back to you sooner than you think. You know, a personal philosophy of mine always is about this stuff is when I incur losses, or when I incur, whether that be from investments, I can honestly say I haven't incurred too many losses in both my stock and my crypto investment making decisions. Overall, I haven't lost too much. I've either about broke. Most of the time I about break even or make some profit. With that being said, whether you lose money that you incur from investment decisions, or that you lost money from having to spend money, let's say the transmission goes out in your vehicle and all of a sudden you're down like $3,000 because you got to put a new transmission in or rebuild your transmission. You know, things that just hit you really hard when you go throughout life. Don't spend any time, or at least don't spend much time down and obsessing and thinking about your financial losses. Don't do it. You're wasting time, because I've seen people get so bummed out and they get in a cycle and they get bummed out about losses they make, and it really eats into their productivity towards building more capital for the next, sometimes it lasts a couple months. And during that time, you could have really buckled down and made back the money you lost, you know? So even though when I take gut punches like that, I just put out of my mind, you can always make more money if you got a good drive. And that's what I always advise people too. Above your crypto investments and everything else, your number one focus financially should be building capital. Everything else is secondary. Oh, I'm glad. I'm trying to help. If that helps a couple people in the chat, that's totally cool with me, man. I hope so. So I don't know if anyone's been following STMX lately, but speaking of mistakes, probably my biggest crypto mistake ever, honestly. So STMX has been up about 300% this last month. Honestly, the biggest mistake I've ever made in crypto was me prematurely pulling out of STMX. I had a big investment in STMX when it was really down, and I got nervous and I didn't keep my cool, and I was having a rougher week than I normally do financially, and I just pulled out. I just pulled out, guys. So there's a big lesson to be learned there, because I was pretty bullish on STMX. I had crunched the numbers, I had done the homework, and I should have trusted my instincts, because my instincts, and after all the homework I've done, along with my gut feeling, was telling me that STMX was going to rocket. And I didn't hang in there. I didn't hang in there when I totally should have. So yeah, that was a learning lesson for me, guys. I know, I really walked into that one, didn't I, G3? I really set that one up, I know. I felt it as it was leaving my mouth. I'm like, oh, someone's gonna make hay of this one, man. I served that one up like a T-ball. Northwoods. Some of these things I can't say out loud, but I'm seeing them. Why did Storm Moon? I mean, it's a good question. I think I already knew it was going to moon. I just didn't trust my instincts. Back when I was on Crypto Show TV, I was talking about that. And I based it on a couple things. I based it on the algorithm since its inception. Is it would consistently spike and then come back down. But then every time it came back down, it'd be on a new floor, right? And that speaks volumes to me. And then also, I just tons of chatter, man. Just I just felt the momentum, and I was just hearing tons of chatter about Storm, and it just had that buzz. It just had that special buzz about it, along with the algorithms that looked really good to me. Initially, I thought it was Celeste, but then I doubled down. I left my investments in, pretty large investments, but then eventually I I pulled out, as they say. We're checking the Doge. Come on, Doge is just about kissing 5.9 here, guys. Just about. The buys and sells are looking about equal right now, so. Mr. Cream says, well, guys, I'm very tipsy. Gotta go pass out. Good luck. See you here all again. Awesome. I assumed you've already subscribed, and I hope things get better for you, dude. Yep. Bully Campline asks, if I've bought any more Doge lately or ADA. I've made another modest investment in ADA, but no, I haven't bought any Doge lately. I'm holding in about 130,000 Doge. Not bad, huh? Oh my gosh, look at this. You guys, it's Matt Wallace. My man Matt Wallace, aka Final Stand, is making his appearance in my debut, in my YouTube debut, guys. Everyone say what's up to Matt Wallace. Excellent. We are humbled, Mr. Wallace. You are part of the first 20 people to view my live stream. This is just kind of a test run, Matt. I was just kind of hopped on to just check my levels and then make sure everything was coming through all right. We love Matt here. Everyone loves Matt here. Everyone loves Final Stand here in the Steven Steele community. Absolutely. Jeremy says, hi Matt, long trip from Uranus. I don't know if you saw that, Matt, but I actually posted a clip from one of your shows one time that was you talking about your Uranus. Yeah, like I don't know, like the way you were saying it, and you were saying it like a little bit, you're emphasizing it, the pronunciation of Uranus, a little bit more every time you said it. It just really crescendoed to the point that it just brought out the junior high boy in me. And I just was laughing hysterically, honestly. Yep. This is awesome. It's great to see Matt in here. Yeah, this is only the beginning, guys. So much awesome stuff planned for this year. And a lot of it I can't even share with you right now, but it's going to be a fun year. Northwoods, Matt's a cool dude. 100%. He's solid. He is solid. Matt is the homie. He is the truth. We have time. We have time, my friends. Absolutely. So guys, I would say keep an eye on CKB. Nervos Network is up almost 25% today, which is crazy. It's not crazy. I mean, I predicted this, but I think CKB is going to see a lot of fluctuation before it really hits its stride. But I think, particularly after a few more months, I would guess that's when CKB really starts catching its catching the wind to its back. Northwoods, your Instagram should be linked here also. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even laid out the channel in terms of pertinent information or anything like that. I literally just kind of hopped on spontaneously to do a sound check on here, and here I am almost an hour and a half later. I recommend looking into wine NFTs. Wine NFTs. Like Pokemon cards. Speaking of pokey things, Polkadot's been pretty stagnant lately. I still think it'll likely make good money in the long term, but I've definitely scaled back my predictions on it for the near future to be much more modest, because there was an Arabic investment group that pulled out $500 million out of Bitcoin to disperse between ADA and Polkadot. And so I was basing my decisions based off that, because Polkadot's market was pretty small comparatively, obviously, to Bitcoin or even ADA. And so I figured a $250 million injection would make some numbers move, but they were supposed to make those investments over the last 30 days, and those 30 days are about up, and I haven't seen much movement. Not only have I haven't seen much movement in Polkadot, but I've seen it recess a bit. I'm still holding my investments in Polkadot. I do think it looks promising long term, but definitely tampered down my short term expectations for that coin. Oh my gosh, it's the legendary Lord Dadbod. Lord Dadbod, welcome, my friend. Welcome to my first ever YouTube stream. Welcome. We got some good heads in here. We got Jeremy. Now we got Lord Dadbod. We got Zero. We got the Final Stand, aka legendary Matt Wallace, the unofficial ambassador of Doge. We got Cascadia Futurist, Captain Chronic. I like how most people make their YouTube names after, like, they sound, most of your guys' like YouTube handles sound like comic book characters, comic book heroes. I could see Cascadia Futurist being like a comic book. Matt Wallace says some NFTs are valuable and will be worth a lot in 10 years, and some are nearly worthless. A lot like Pokemon. Yeah, I think that analogy is pretty spot on. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is just the test run, ladies and gentlemen. Just the test run. And we are going to get Matt Wallace in here soon enough. He already said he's going to be on here soon. CHZ. Chili's is a fire token to have. Yeah, I mean, the gains on Chili's has been out of control. I have to admit, I missed that one. But it's questionable if it's still a good time to get in on it now. Oh, thank you, Jason. Jason Huffman is here. Jason Huffman's a regular supporter of mine. Thank you, Jason. Welcome, dude. I'm glad you found it. Glad you found it. Yeah, I'm very particular about my aesthetics, and so I work closely with a graphic designer who does a great job of interpreting my references and my aesthetic visions, and he does all the work. He also does all the work for all my music projects and all my business branding, as far as my store goes. Lord Dadbot doing trading night. Oh, you moved around 2K, or you spent 2K, Lord Dadbot? I was just wondering. I'm surprised Lord Dadbot isn't up in here. Jeremy says the graphic design makes me feel like you're an outlaw cowboy in a cryptographic future. Mucho sexy retro. Yeah, I'm glad you see it that way. That was kind of the vibe I was going for, honestly. Kind of classic retro Futura with a little bit of a Old West kind of bent. Maybe like the original Westworld movie or something. With a dash of risky business. Thank you for the sub. You were one of the first subscribers then, Jordan. So yeah, I'm real big on mana, you guys. Mana's been up over 220% in the last month. I think Mana's likely has a pretty bright future. A future so bright you gotta wear shades. Lord Dadbod rode the STMX and BTT train, sold right before it dropped. Great night. Smart one, man. Smart. Well played, my man. Happy for you. I just got done saying that me pulling out prematurely. I really need to find different ways of expressing that. But out of the STMX was probably the biggest misstep that I made in crypto all year, because I did have a really sizable investment in STMX. I really should have trusted my initial instincts on it and just kept my entire investment in. Fortunately, I did stay in BTT. Graphics look great. Hope you're paying the designer as well. I pay everyone that does work for me. I make sure everyone's taken care of, even at a loss to myself. It's always important to me. Yeah, we're getting a few more folks in here tonight. Holy cow, Jordan says I snagged 620,000 Doge back in December. Are you serious, bro? At a fraction of a percent. Wow. Good for you, bro. Good for you. You definitely did better than me. My first initial buy-in on Doge was just right at about the 2 cent mark, and wow. That's awesome. Congrats on having the foresight. Northwood says, I wish I could change the color of the backdrop on Binance. Can't you? Can't you change it? I put it in night mode. I put my life on night mode. I need night mode. I need night mode life for everything in my life. Jason asks, Steven, how do we donate to your page? At this time, the only way you can donate is through my Cash App, because, which is on my Twitter bio, because you need. I'm just starting out, you guys, so you can't even apply for a YouTube partnership until you have 1,000 subscribers, right? And then at that, you apply for, once you get 1,000 subscribers, then you can at least apply to be a YouTube partner, and then that's when they allow super chats and stuff like that. But in the meantime, you just gotta work with it. But thank you for asking that, Jason. Appreciate you, bro. Jordan says, Steven put me on Voyager and Anchor USD. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. I hope both those platforms... Dude, it's taking forever. What is taking forever? If you used my referral codes, it shouldn't have taken forever. It should have taken you a day or less. Yeah, I got to get to that 1,000 subscriber base, guys. So anyone here, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe and the old thumbs up are the best thing you can do for the channel right now, just starting. Oh, thank you for the suggestion, Northwoods. I'm going to have to put you in charge of marketing at this point. You have a lot of good suggestions. Yeah, the Joe Rogan's groups wouldn't be a bad idea either. You know, once the show gets going and I get the guests in, it's gonna be more formatted like just a fun community talk show with a crypto-centric lean on it. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it, man. You guys hear about the more and more information is coming out now that because the big mainstream media fear that they've been perpetuating about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin lately is that how environmentally unfriendly it is and how much energy it uses and how it's supposedly so much worse than anything else that we've seen in terms of currency, or they're even implying that it's worse than like other energy industries like gas or oil and stuff. It's just so preposterous because the more information and data that's coming out, we're not only learning that Bitcoin, which uses the most energy out of any cryptocurrency, that even Bitcoin doesn't use up nearly as much energy as fiat. Not only does it not do that, but we're actually learning that it's pretty green, you guys. It's pretty, the amount of energy that different cryptocurrencies, the mining process takes, is really no comparison to all the energy that's involved in producing fiat. They're really just throwing everything at the wall right now to see what sticks. The establishment is really scared of crypto right now. They're really scared of mass. They're really scared of a lot of people incurring and building wealth through decentralization. Makes them real nervous, you guys. So they're just kind of throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. Yeah, Northwoods, I agree. I mean, there's definitely work to be done in terms of. I'm not saying that not a lot of energy gets used in the mining process, because it does. I'm just saying that to say that it's using up far more than fiat is it's just that's factually incorrect. And plus, there's some new energy companies, mining companies that are working with Bitcoin right now that are much more energy efficient and environmentally friendly. One of them is called Mint Green Mining, and I hope Mint Green Mining goes public with an IPO or something, because they'd be a company I'd love to invest in. But Mint Green Mining, look them up. They're doing fantastic stuff, and I think they're going to be expanding really rapidly now, it looks like. And I really think we're going to see the energy efficiency in mining in the crypto space just really make a lot of progress in a short amount of time. Welcome. Got a few more folks in here. You the man, Steven. Thank you, Greek. I like that name. Greek Cigar Freak. I like it. Did you guys see Paul Pierce, aka The Truth, came out for Doge the other day? For those of you who don't know, he's a pretty legendary retired NBA player. And he just tweeted out of nowhere, Dogecoin about to hit. Buy now. Now, if we can just get Larry Bird and Michael Jordan on the Doge train, we'll be all set, right, guys? What's my take on Pi Coin? I'm not sure what to make of it. I'm just, I know it's new, and I know that I'm familiar with it as kind of like a networking mining app, Pi. As far as its coin success, its branding is still in its infancy. I mean, it launched in, I think, about a year and a half ago. And the network, I think, has about 100,000 users, which is a good start, but it's not enough for me to say that this is like a super, for sure, bright future. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Definitely one to keep an eye on, though. I hear you, Jeremy. This is great, you guys. It's good to see y'all. And Doge has been just incredibly consistent right at this 589. You see this? It's been doing this it's been holding right about here for quite a while. Small fluctuations, but it's been holding right around there for about a half hour, you guys. The buys and sells are just canceling each other out almost to the T. Right to the T. Lord Dadbot says, I'm up big on economy right now. It lists on Uniswap on the... Ooh, wow. That's going to be a good day, Lord Dadbot. Are you going to sell when it peaks on the 24th, or are you going to stay in there? Celeste, sweet dreams. I'm glad you found the new channel, and I know I'll see more of you. I know I'll see more of you. You know where to find me. So I kind of had a little fun with Vlad today from Robinhood. He tweeted out this thing about Vlad is trying to brand himself as this super Doge, like just like a super he's just going all in on Doge. I mean, it's just really interesting. It's interesting because it's ironic, because Doge is one of the key markets that he throttled at a time that was most crucial for Doge investors. So he tweeted something out today that said, a growing number of women using Robinhood is a priority. It's been amazing to see the number of women on Robinhood crypto grow 7 times this year. Thank you. And which is good. Don't get me wrong. That is great to see. But I just think, I can't help but think that he's just using that as he's milking that for all it's worth to distract people from what's going on. I mean, I just replied to him. I said, "You're amazing, Vlad. Market manipulation of certain stonks and cryptos, cough, Doge, to make sure us plebs wouldn't make too much money. And still no word on the keys, but hey, women." I also think it's kind of patronizing too, because it's like, I think women, just like men, I think the number one thing on their mind when they first get into crypto is increasing their financial freedom, increasing their capital. And so it's all nice to just like say how great it is that more women are into crypto and just keep watching these CEOs pat themselves in the back about it. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, women have the same objectives towards crypto that we do, that men do. And to suggest that they constantly need to be like coddled and, you know, lifted up on a special stage at all the time is kind of patronizing, in my opinion. Cascadia Futurist, good night. Happy belated Patty's Day to you, Cascadia Futurist. Thanks so much for joining. I hope to see you in here soon. Jordan says, see it going to low-key make major gains. I think that's probable. Northwood says, at least he's trying, like he is a billionaire and he does carry the Doge. Yeah, it's interesting to see him like flat. I never thought I'd see it. Like he's repping like Doge memes and all this stuff, and he's just, it's just interesting. That's all I gotta say. It's just interesting. The Vlad Slim Jim was funny. I'll give him that. Guys, I got to tell you, I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. You are the first 20 people. You are the first 20. You are the core group to step through and join Steven Steele Live. You're the core. This is it, man. You guys are the core. So this is just the beginning. If you guys could help me get the word out, I'd really appreciate it. Yep, this is the core, guys. Northwoods Peachtree, Jordan Fallis, G3, Cascadia Futurist. This is Surreal, Greek Cigar Freak, Jeremy Hauser. Of course, Jason Huffman, Celeste, Lord Dadbod, G3. Yep, this is the core, guys. This is the Steven Steele squad. G3 says we need a Steven Steele hotline to call in during the show. I'm not opposed to it. There just comes extra liabilities when you open up the lines, because YouTube runs a really strict ship. And if somebody starts saying some stuff that's a bit too naughty or too off color, my channel can get in big trouble. But I'm not opposed to it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Jordan says you had a Twitter talk a few nights ago connecting with the audience of the late night crypto. Yeah, you remember that, huh? Yeah, that was actually in response, that was in response to a tweet that was sent out by, let me look that up, because I think that's an interesting thing to bring up. what's that guy's name? J Crypto, J, it's like JN something. Yeah, it was basically, he's a popular crypto, he's not a live streamer, but he does videos, and he's actually a pretty bright guy, and he gives really good tips, particularly on like short investment, money making stuff, money making investments like on newer crypto coins. I would say that's probably what he specializes, what he's best at doing. No, he wasn't throwing shade, you guys. He just like said something. He tweeted something that said like, I've been hearing about how many of you are staying up till 3 or 4 in the morning and not going to bed until my videos come out. He's like, stop doing that. Like, you need to take care of yourselves. And so, you know, a lot of times he'll upload and his videos will go live. His new videos will come out on YouTube at like 3 or 4 in the morning. And my point was, well, firstly, I thought the tweet was a little bit out of touch. And I say this respectfully because I like the guy. I just want to make that clear. But I thought the tweet was a little bit out of touch because from my experiences, there's a lot of people in the crypto community, more than other communities, that are night owls. There's a lot of night owls in this community. And there's a lot of kind of eccentric night owls in this community, which I love. I love it because I am one. And then, secondly, I mean, people, especially this last year, man, people are hurting, man. They're hurting financially, they're hurting personally, and there's a lot of people that hang on to every word this guy says because they don't want to miss those new time-sensitive investments that he announces, where they open up many times there are these coins that are about to debut on new platforms, and that window of time is so limited where you can make really good gains. That's why people stay up. And he doesn't need to be doing what he's doing technically. I'm pretty familiar with his investments, and he's very comfortable, put it that way. So he doesn't have to be running a YouTube channel. So the fact that he's still doing it is good on him, you know, for still giving out advice. But at the same time, I was kind of like, well, man, like, it's easy for you to say because you're already a millionaire. So you're a millionaire telling people to relax telling working class people that are trying to make it to relax about their finances. I don't know. Because the thing is, if you do go to bed and if you are really hang on to what this guy says, you do go to bed and you miss that 4 a.m. video, by the time you wake up, you missed that opportunity. So I guess that's what I was saying, you guys. But back to the Doge, you guys. The Doge was rising. Look at those candles. They're looking nice. They're cruising in. We've definitely got more buys than sells for the first time since I've been on the air tonight. We are cruising. We are at a 595. We are going up. We are going up. We are ascending. The Doge is showing some real movement now. This is the most significant movement we've seen on it since I've gone live tonight. Let's see if we can hit that 6. Hit that 6, ladies and gentlemen. We are right at the precipice of a 6 right now. What did I tell you? I said, I've got a good feeling that we're going to see 6 either tonight or by tomorrow morning. That's what I said right when I got in the air tonight. Money never sleeps. You got that right, Northwoods. Yeah, it's kind of, now we're seeing some more, a little bit of retracement here, but I don't think it's going to last if we can, the thing is, if we can blast through this 6 cent, there's a lot of resistance right around where I'm seeing at the 6 cent right now. If we can get through that, I think there's fair reason to believe that we could blast through another significant level here. We'll just see what it does. I've seen a lot of resistance, but it's hanging on. Right now we're at 5965. We're right at that precipice of the 6, you guys. Jeremy says, I'm not sleeping until that price target gets to $69. I wouldn't suggest that, man. To the moon, great vibes for the first stream. Thank you, Lord Dadbod. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. In fact, I'm going to make this a very momentous occasion, as I am going to christen. I'm going to christen the first 2 official mods of the show. And those are going to... Lord Dadbod, you've just been christened the first mod of Steven Steele Live, and the other one is going to Jason Huffman. Jason Huffman, you are both the first 2 official mods of Steven Steele Live. There you are. Look at that. Look at that nice shiny wrench, guys. Look at that nice shiny wrench, John Jason. Looks good on you, bro. Looks good on you. Yeah, these 2, not that all of you haven't, but these 2 particularly have been, they've been following me from the very start. They like never miss a show. They never miss a show. They're always there. And yeah, so I appreciate you guys, man. And I trust you guys. I trust you guys. Yeah, it's as far as the Jordan, are you talking about like on the Twitter, or are you talking about in the last when I was over at Crypto Show TV? I know you will, Lord Dadbod. I know you will. Ah, right. Yeah. I understand, Jordan. I understand. You guys digging the music? Oh, thanks, Jordan. Yeah, I just try to do the best job I could over at that show within the capacity that I had, because it wasn't my channel, but I was brought on as a co-host. And I do want to make clear, though, that despite the missteps that it looks like happened there, and I don't know, honestly I don't know any details, I really don't, that I am still thankful for the opportunity that they gave me there, that King gave me there, despite the missteps, because it led to here too, you know. Guys, we are at 6 cents. We just hit 6 cents. Doge is at 6. It is at 6. We are there. We are there. We just broke through that resistance, you guys. Fantastic. Fantastic. I just knew it. I just knew it. I don't know about you guys, but my my returns on Doge are looking pretty sweet right now. Yeah, I think that's right, Jordan. And it's a shame because there was a window there where it was really special. And I will say, when I first started there, He and I did have some good on-air chemistry, so it's just really unfortunate that it played out the way it did. It's just unfortunate. That's all I can say. Sorry, I gotta adjust the screen for a second, guys. Six should be a nice new floor, Northwood says. I think that's probable for sure. I think that's probable. Yeah, I don't know, man. Jeremy says he's not going to sleep till Doge hits $69. Northwood says, every second that passes is history in the making. So why repeat the past when you can enjoy the future? You know what I think, Northwoods? I think you should get into the fortune cookie business, because that was solid, my man. That was solid. Jordan, thank you for that. I hope you're right. He's like, nope, wasn't me. It's some famous dude. It almost sounded like something that I would have heard from Karate Kid's mentor. You guys, we are riding comfortably over 6 cents right now. Doge is cruising along comfortably over 6 cents. And now this puts us up at 4%. We're up at 4% increase for just the day in Doge, and I don't think we've seen the end of it. I don't think we've seen the end of it. And you know how this goes. We are at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Puts you at about 3 a.m. if you're on the East Coast, and a little past midnight on Friday night. Here on Steele Live, first stream. Oh my gosh, Rose Fraser. That's a name that I recognize from the last channel. Good to see you, Rose. I'm glad you found the stream. Make yourself at home. I'm just doing the very, very first stream tonight. This is the test run. If you, for some reason, you haven't subscribed yet, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, click that subscribe button. Good to see you, Rose. Live, love, there's not much difference between the two sometimes. This is Doge After Dark, guys. Doge After Dark, and we are cruising. We are cruising at an altitude of a bit over 6 cents. The buys and sells are pretty evened out right now, but it seems to be finding a comfortable spot just right above the 6 cents point. This is looking really nice. Let's see if we can stay there. Rose says, why is Doge pumping? It's your first live stream on YouTube. Yep, I will take full credit for that, Rose. Full credit. Doge is pumping because of Steele Live. All 20 of us. Sanisa said, I just bought some STMX. Wow. I hope it keeps going up, Sanisa. I mean, I would normally say that was a pretty risky decision, and it still might be, but the way STMX has been going, it's a lot less risky. It's a lot less risky. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me if STMX just kept going. It really wouldn't. Lord Dadbot has successfully seized your stimmy. Jason Huffman says, Day one, Steven, what if our 20 friends here told 2 people about your show and those 2 people told 2 more and so on? That's the idea, guys. You are the core. I'm counting on you guys. Spread the word. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. Like the class clown of Steven Steele stream. Who's the class clown? Who's the official class clown here? Oh, Jeremy. Jeremy Hauser? Yeah, I could see that. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, Sinisa, you kind of got me thinking about us investing in Storm again since you took that wild leap there. I'm just so bummed that I pulled out. Okay, I keep saying the wrong thing. I'm so bummed that I pulled my investments out of Storm too early, way too early. Rose, I've got a lot of guests on tap that are going to be coming in here. And yeah. And RD, yep. I've already been in contact with those folks. Doc Beats is in the hizza. Look at this. Look at this. Good to see some familiar names from the last channel. This is great. What are the show hours looking like? You guys, I'm looking like at probably streaming. I think I'm gonna live stream like 5 nights a week, honestly. 4 or 5 nights a week. And I'm probably looking at like about a 10 p.m. start time. And that's Central Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, I will start around 11. If you're on the West Coast, that will be around 9 p.m. Oh no, that'd be around 8 p.m. 2 hours behind. It should be done. It should be fun. 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Yeah, it could be. I know I might be able to get better numbers if I streamed earlier, but I enjoy streaming late. I'm a creature of the night. Sinisa says the hedgies messed me up on AMC. You and me too. You and me too. My crypto's making it up bigger. Yeah, as I've said, my crypto portfolio in the last year has done better than my stocks portfolio has done the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, the late night crowd is my crowd. They are my people. The weekend's looking amazing. I agree, Doc Beats. I agree. Sinisa says my stocks are red, but my cryptos are all green weenies. We're holding comfortably over 60, guys. Could this be the beginning of a 6 cent floor? Oh, right on, Jeremy. Yeah, the vibe I want to create here. I know there's a lot of the daytime like kind of crypto channels, like YouTube channels that aren't live streams they're just like very topical, only about crypto, and those are great. I'm a fan of a few of those. And then there's some other live streams that do what they do. I just do what I do, you guys. I just want, it's like a different vibe. I want people to feel like they can just relax here and chill out and talk. And then also, we're always going to keep an eye on Doge and keep an eye on crypto, but at the same time, I'm going to have guests on here and just get into interesting talks and interviews. And like I said, it's going to be more of a variety show vibe with a crypto bent, and just build a cool community. Those are my objectives. There we go. I'm bringing in a new a new visual on the top left corner. What do you guys think about that one? Yeah, I hope you guys like the look of the channel and the vibe. I put a good amount of thought into it, and yeah, so I hope you dig it. I put a good amount of thought into it, and yeah, so I hope you dig it. Thank you so much, guys. I'm really, really glad you dig it. You know, it is Friday night, and you know how Elon rolls, so it might be worth just sticking around and running the stream a little longer to see if Elon surprises us with gives us a little Twitter surprise, put it that way. I agree, back cross media. Jonathan, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Sanisa says she's going to take a break and smoke some. Maybe I'm just not hip anymore. I don't know what SNDL means. I mean, I assume it's code for a certain plant, but I could be wrong. Charles with ADA mentioned Starlink today. Did I cover that? No, I didn't. As I explained earlier, I was so busy getting this set up and taking care of some other business. I didn't have any chance to put together a show. So this is just a test stream, just to kind of make sure my levels where they have to be and make sure everything was just working okay. So, but no, I could check out that story. No, I appreciate it. I had zero time to brief myself on the last 24-hour news cycle. But I'm looking for it. Did Charles from 88, did he tweet about it, I assume? Something like that? So I'm not finding any news stories on it. Hey, welcome, Lee. Good to see you. Lee says, OMG, Steven, your voice sounds high quality. I got a little bit of a nicer mic. I mean, it's not that nice of a mic, honestly, but it's more than talking through my phone. Thank you, Backcross. I'm copying and pasting that to look at it when I'm not live streaming, and give me something else to cover tomorrow when I'm on. So thank you for that. Doge is hovering right at 6 cents, almost to the T. The buy sells are just about equalized to what's coming in and out here. But this is a really good sign, you guys. We're seeing these Doge pumps without any assistance from Elon recently. Doge is just kind of doing these pump cycles on their own now, which is really, really encouraging to see. Sunesis is diet weed. Diet weed. Jeremy is talking about some Delta. There was this movie in the 80s called Revenge of the Nerds. And they ended up doing 3 or 4 different of those movies, Revenge of the Nerds, 1 through 4 or 5. I don't even know how far they ended up going with them, but the first 2 were quite good. Really kitschy 80s humor. A bit off, a bit raunchy, but really funny. And the name of the nerds all kind of coalesced at this college, and they're all outcasts, and they started their own fraternity house, and the fraternity house was called Delta Delta Delta. And when they picked up the phone, the landline at the fraternity house, they always said, Delta Delta Delta, can I help you, help you, help you? Backcross says, Booger was my favorite. That guy was great. That guy was such a good actor. He was in so many just seminal 80s movies. He always kind of played the same guy, but he did it really well. He was in another one of my favorite movies called Better Off Dead, starring John Cusack. He was also in One Crazy Summer, also starring John Cusack, and his name was Curtis Armstrong. He was in, Revenge of the Nerds. He was in the TV series Moonlighting with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. And he was also in Risky Business, which is another phenomenal film. Now, Risky Business is an excellent film because it's two different films. If you watch it when you're younger versus when you watch it when you're an adult. When you watch it as an adult, a bit later in life, you really understand how sophisticated that film actually is. From its cinematography to the lighting to the soundtrack and stuff. And I don't mean like the obvious like Bob Seger thing. I mean like the instrumental stuff like who was that? I think Tangerine Dream did a lot of the instrumental music for that. But Risky Business, if I may just keep expanding on that for a moment. Risky Business, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's where Tom Cruise, it's like a kind of a coming-age movie that gets really intense. So it's Tom Cruise living in this posh like suburb in his parents' house because he's so young then. His parents go out of town, and I believe it's like, you know, the summer after you graduate from high school, but before you go to college, right? So he orders a call girl for the first time in his life, and he's very nervous on the phone. And anyway, he orders a call girl. She comes over, and they end up having this very intense like relationship that turns into like a business partnership / relationship. Very interesting movie. Yeah, They Live is a fantastic film. It keeps getting kind of a revived interest because of the current trajectory of events, I guess I would say. It's finding increasing relevance. And that was actually a John Carpenter film. And soundtrack by John Carpenter. Who was the director of that? I gotta look up. Yeah, that was John Carpenter. Yeah, directed and soundtrack by John Carpenter. So John Carpenter, he was one of the few people, absolute genius, by the way. I'm a huge John Carpenter fan, but he's one of the few actors. He's an actor, a director, but he's also a composer. So it's one of the few times you ever see a director actually write the soundtracks for his own movies, which is pretty extraordinary. And I love almost every John Carpenter movie. I just love his vibe. I love almost all his soundtrack music. Almost everything he's done has been pretty kind of a post-apocalyptic vibe, but in a fun, kind of more in an adventurous way. So I'm looking up John Carpenter's discography right now, guys. Snowfall's Fire. Yes, Snowfall's great. So if you're looking for like a fun John Carpenter movie that's like that's just more fun and not as like intense, I would recommend Big Trouble in Little China with starring Kurt Russell, which is kind of like a sci-fi adventure thriller, I guess I would say. It's absolutely hilarious, and it's just kind of far out. Yeah, I like Hans Zimmer. I think my favorite Hans Zimmer soundtracks are Gladiator and Blade Runner 2049. So if for some reason any of you haven't subscribed, the number one thing you can do right now to help the channel grow is just subscribe and hit that thumbs up, guys. That's it. Until we get to 1,000, and then I can become a YouTube partner, hopefully. So guys, I'm going to read you some, yeah, Gladiator is a beautiful film. Really cool. If you like Gladiator, I recommend checking out a series that came out on HBO probably about 10 to 15 years ago. It was called Rome. Very underrated. It only lasted 2 seasons, but they're absolutely epic. And the reason why Rome got discontinued is because they spent so much money, not because of for a lack of ratings. They got really good ratings, but because they spent so much money on each episode that it just wasn't a profitable venture for them, for HBO. And so I would strongly advise, if you like Gladiator, you'll love Rome. Rome is so underrated too. I mean, I know everybody likes Game of Thrones and everything, and I like Game of Thrones too, but I like Rome better, quite honestly. It's so well done, and it's cast. Everybody that's cast in the movie does such a phenomenal job. Sinisa says, when can we see your face live, Steve? Not as soon, I assure you. Sinisa. What are you, Sinisa? You're Swedish and, what'd you say, Thai? I'm going to read some interesting headlines for you guys that I just came across. And these are before and after. So I'm going to read you before and after headlines that are related to each other, right? Follow me? So one of the headlines is going to be from 1 to 2 years ago. And the second headline is going to be a headline that just happened within this last month. So here's the first headline. Bitcoin's real value could be zero, Morgan Stanley analyst says. Recent article, Morgan Stanley becomes the first big U.S. bank to offer its wealthy clients access to Bitcoin. Before article. Article from the past. Bitcoin is a fraud that will blow up, says JP Morgan boss. Article from last week. JP Morgan says investors could make Bitcoin 1% of portfolios. Article from the past. Goldman Sachs lists 5 reasons why Bitcoin is not an asset class nor a suitable investment. Last week. Exclusive. Goldman Sachs restarts cryptocurrency desk amid Bitcoin boom. Article from a couple years ago. Bitcoin is useless as a payment mechanism and ridiculous as a store of value, says ex-PayPal CEO. 1 week ago actually, PayPal's entry to crypto followed long buildup in expertise. And here's the last one, article from the past. Visa CEO says we won't process transactions at Bitcoin because it's not a payment system. Visa CEO from a couple days ago. Visa is working to enable Bitcoin purchases. There you go, folks. That tells the whole story, doesn't it? That tells the whole story. Yeah, my little nephew. Well, he's not so little. He's my oldest nephew. He's 20 years old now. He loves Mac Miller. So let me ask you a question. How many of you folks are going to be here tomorrow night? Put a 1 in the chat if you're going to be here tomorrow night. All right. Look at that. Hey, welcome, Maddie B. I didn't see you sneak in there. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna have some real great guests coming, you guys. I got Crypto Batman coming up, Matt Wallace final stand coming up. I have the head of digital marketing for Voyager coming up, and I have some other guests too that are. I got Dr. Crypto coming up. I got RD coming in. Yeah, I really gotta give a special shout out to both Crypto Batman and Matt Wallace have just gone out of their way to really just really embrace me and be really cool to me. These guys have been really good to me. Yeah, now we just have to find some way to find Emerald Evasion. Emerald Evasion. I hope Emerald Evasion finds his way back home, man. If anybody knows how to get a hold of that guy, tell him to subscribe to Steven Steele Live. We got to get Emerald Evasion up in here. Jeremy. Maddie, I agree with you. She says, I don't think you find him, he finds us. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, guys? Jeremy says Emerald Evasion paid for his own rocket ship to fly him into the sun after the crypto showed. Oh wow, that's like a sad but funny epic ending if that's how it went. I have a feeling after enough time passes, I think Emerald Evasion will come to us. I really believe that. I really believe that. You know what's interesting though, is cringe-inducing as Vlad is. Let's just say that. That's the sentence. And as cringe-inducing as his recent full-blown embrace of Doge has been, it also makes you wonder what he knows, right? Makes you wonder what he knows. And why he's all of a sudden so hyped on Doge, right? It makes you wonder if he knows something that we don't. Vlad looks a lot like the who's that character on the Harry Potter movies? You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, very true, G3. Very true. Yeah. It's almost like, as much as I love laser eyes, I can never do laser eyes now because Vlad's done laser eyes. The Winklevoss twins have done laser eyes. I think you're probably right, Lord Dadbod. All right, guys, tell me one of your favorite 80s movies. Just pick one. I want each of you to pick one and put it in the chat. Some good picks in there. Porky's is a ridiculous movie. I just watched, they just put all the Porky's movies on Amazon Prime. And I'd been going to sleep to Porky's movies a couple weeks ago. There's like 3 of them, maybe 4. But they're pretty risque, man. They are naughtier than I even remembered. I mean, funny. Don't get me wrong, really funny. Let's see. Porky's, we got Caddyshack, of course. Love Caddyshack. Can't love Caddyshack. Breakfast Club, of course. So good, so good. Like all the Rocky movies, Lord Dadbot says, okay, but you got to tell me, Lord Dadbot, if you had to pick one Rocky movie, what would it be? Another one for the Breakfast Club, which is understandable. Epic film. Outsiders, great film. Flash Gordon. I saw Flash Gordon. Now I'm starting to date myself here, but I was super, I think I was like in kindergarten. I saw Flash Gordon in the theater. It was a very epic occasion for me. Parenthood, another, is that with Steve Martin? Outsiders, yep. Outsiders, great. I'm gonna pick The Lost Boys. That's gonna be my 80s movie pick for the night. Interesting pick, Lord Dadbot says Rocky 4. Rocky 4 is good. That's with him versus the Russian. That's what was that guy's? Dolph Lundgren. Wasn't that Dolph Lundgren? I must break you. Yeah, that's Rocky 4 is pretty epic. I think that was a really, really good pick. I've never seen Aspen Extreme, but I like to ski, so I'd probably like it. Yeah, Lost Boys is so good. Especially the I don't know, it was such an unnecessary character to put in there, but do you remember in the Lost Boys they had that super ripped bodybuilder dude who was like shirtless and he was all like greased up and playing the saxophone. It was like so unnecessary and so gaudy, but so good. now you guys got me. Now you guys got me curious about Aspen Extreme. I gotta check this. I gotta check all this for myself. Thanks, Jordan. Glad you dig it, man. Yeah, it's right there, Lord Dad Bod. It's right there. It's holding its own, but the cells are definitely outweighing the bias right now, but not by a lot. Not by a lot. It certainly has been hovering comfortably right around the 6 cent mark for about 40 minutes now. And I don't know if any of you are on Instagram, but I did recently create an Instagram. And oops. I forgot to include the full length. YouTube's pretty particular about that. Let's see if this link works. Let's see if I can put active links in the chat. I haven't tried it in here yet. There we go. Jeremy, that's gross. I had a story. I don't know if any of you. Maybe I'll retell one of my stories, because chances are at least half of you haven't heard it. But it's in relation to skiing. That's what made me think of it. So get this. Like, I had this friend named Sean, and this was in it's like junior high, and we would take these. I was in private school at the time, and we would take these ski trips, these class ski trips during the winter. And so it was like the entire 8th grade class went skiing. And it was a pretty windy, cold day out there. And my friend Sean, he was the most Irish looking kid you'd ever seen. He had bright red-orange hair, and his face was just full of freckles, very fair complected. And it was right after Christmas. It was right after Christmas, and one of the presents he got for Christmas was his parents bought him his own gumball machine. His own gumball machine. Now I think of it, I think 8th grade would have probably been a little too old. I think we were probably like in 6th grade. And he took all these gumballs. He had tons of gumballs in his pocket. And he was stuffing his face with gumballs. And he was, consequently, all this multicolored drool was pouring out the sides of his mouth and freezing to the sides of his face and jacket. And we got on the chairlift, and we were going up the chairlift, and the chairlift gets stuck. Now, he started to panic because right before we got in the chairlift, he expressed that he had to go to the bathroom, but he was just going to take one more quick run before doing that. And so now the chairlift was stuck due to a mechanical issue, and it wasn't moving. And he started to look at me with kind of the same way as your dog looks at you when you just came home and they ate something in the kitchen they shouldn't have. They like pooped in the living room. That's the same look he was looking at me at. And I just said, "What?" He's like, I can't. I'm like, "Listen, man, just do what you gotta do." And then like he looked at me and he didn't break eye contact with me. And then he just started like peeing his snow pants. And so we shared that interesting moment together. Now keep in mind, the outfit that Sean was wearing that day it was like a bright red snow pants with a bright green sweatshirt. And the sweatshirt said, I'll tell you what the sweatshirt said at the end of the story. I'll tell you what it said at the end of the story. So finally, they get the chairlifts going again, and we resume. And we get to the top of the hill. The poor kid, I honestly felt really bad for him. He skis down the hill. We get to the bottom of the hill. And no joke, sure enough, one of our classmates greets us at the bottom of the hill by the ski lodge. And Sean just had this peculiar look on his face over everything that had transpired. And I swear to God, without this classmate even knowing what happened or even looking down or even having a clue, it just so happens that he just randomly said to Sean, he says, "What's the matter with you? You piss your pants or something?" And then Sean looked at me and he said, "You told him." I'm like, "I didn't say anything." So, and the best part about it was what on his sweatshirt, what it said in really big letters, it just said, "No problem." No problem. So here is this poor Irish kid with multicolored drool frozen to the side of his face, bright red snow pants just peed in, and, no problem. Anyway, there's your story for the night, folks. Let's take a look at the markets. Yep, Bitcoin's been doing real good all night. Welcome Pink Tuba. Welcome. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's our first stream, very first one. Test run. Yeah, Bitcoin's making its way back up towards that 60,000. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that 6.0 for Bitcoin by the end of this next week. Doge slipping a little bit, just a little bit over the 5.9 right now, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. We don't know the gender of Pink Tuba, the elusive Pink Tuba. Mana's not doing much. It's just been stabilized right around 98 cents pretty much all night, honestly. I never assume, especially with anonymous profiles on the interwebs. CKB, guys, continuing to rise. Wow. CKB up just 2% in the last 15 minutes. We might see it, gonna keep an eye on it. We could see it rocket up here with the way things are lining up for it. We'll just keep an eye on it. I think we're going to get back up to 6 before the night's over. I do. Regardless, it's a good sign to see Doge pumping on its own without the assistance of Elon or any celebrities. It's just kind of doing these pumping cycles on its own now, which is a very, very good sign. Lord Dadbot, I got an early morning, guys. Gonna call it early. Awesome stream, Steve. Can't wait for the real opening show. Awesome, Lord Dadbot. Congrats on your wrench, my man. And thanks for joining. Thanks for joining on the test stream night. And I'm sure we'll all see you real soon, my man. Speaking of which, guys, since I'll ask you guys, since you're the core, are there any guests that you would like to see me have on that I haven't mentioned? Just let me know. Elon Musk. Bill Gates. The only thing less likely than getting Elon Musk on my show would be Bill Gates. But I could look into Ryan Matta. I've seen a little bit of his material. George from Crypto Russ. Okay, I'll look into him. I'll look into these folks. Well, I mean Bill Gates and Elon Musk. I would love to host a live stream of Bill Gates versus Elon Musk. How about that? Guys, I'm going to step out just for a couple minutes, like 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. Just hang tight. All right, guys, I am back. I am back. What did I miss? What are you guys talking about? What are you talking about? 80s karate movies? Van Damme? Okay, what's your favorite 80s martial arts movie? The Crypto Power Hour backcross says. 4 a.m. You must be on the East Coast, my brother. Blood Sports Classic. Yes, yes. I know mine, but I'm gonna wait till I get a few more answers in the chat before I tell mine. I know mine. Favorite martial arts movie from the 80s? Bruce Lee, Way of the Dragon. Can't beat that. I'm gonna go with a movie called The Last Dragon. If you haven't seen The Last Dragon, watch it and thank me later. Pay whatever download renting fee you have to watch it. It's amazing. It's so ridiculous and so funny and so good. It's just an absolutely ridiculous film. Yeah, it's called The Last Dragon, starring Bruce Leroy. And there's a guy that shoots lasers out of his hands and his eyes. It's very 80s. It's very 80s. Pink Tuba is amused. Pink Tuba is amused. Yeah, The Last Dragon is legendary. Oh, Jordan knows it. Yep. Jordan knows it. $127 subscribers. I'm actually I refreshed the page, and I think I'm a little more than that now, Jason. Let me see. Let me refresh the page. Up to 132 subscribers, so not too bad for the first live test stream. I think I had about 100 subscribers before I started tonight, so yeah, I got about 32 new subscribers tonight. Not too shabby for a improvisational test stream. Yeehaw, yeehaw, guys, yeehaw. Jordan, sorry, I just saw that. There's a superhero movie from the 90s called Meteor Man. Have you ever seen that? It sounds super familiar. It sounds super familiar. I want to say it was starring Eddie Murphy, but I know that's not true. I know I'm confusing that with another superhero movie that didn't do so well, actually. I like the name, Meteor Man. Robert Townsend. Oh, I remember that guy. Robert Townsend. Yes, yes, yes. Sinbad. Oh, Sinbad. Do you know Sinbad had his own line of Sinbad pants? Yeah. They're Sinbad pants, and they kind of look like genie pants. They were like really baggy in the... No, they're like a fitted waist and really baggy like in the thigh area, and then they got really tapered at the bottom. They're like genie pants. Sinbad genie pants. I think he had his own line of restaurants too, Sinbad restaurants, but... Oh, wow. Big Daddy Kane, Bill Cosby, Luther Vandross. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, I'm definitely checking it out. Seems like a lot of fun. Let's see here. Sadly, I had a pair. Jason, you really had a pair of Sinbad pants? This is kind of breaking news. We call them parachute pants. But I remember parachute pants. But I wouldn't say parachute pants were the same as Sinbad pants. Here, let me look up Sinbad pants. Parachute pants were like more of an 80s thing, where Sinbad pants, I think, were like a 90s thing. So, oh my gosh. They're more amusing than I recall. So get this, you guys. Here are Sinbad pants. Check out those Sinbad pants. Check out those Sinbad pants. Hey, baby. Check out my Sinbad pants. These pants are full of sin, and they're bad. They do look comfy. They definitely look comfy. They actually look very comfy. They kind of look like yogi pants. They're kind of riffing off of like yogi. But the Sinbad pant. So I think the first line of imaging, those aren't Sinbad pants. I think those are like Sinbad-esque pants. But the official Sinbad wear, they're kind of like Zubaz. But they are, in description, you're right, Jason, because in description, some people are calling them parachute. Describe them as parachute pants. So I'm going to... I found the quintessential example of Sinbad pants. Authentic Sinbad pants. Here they are, guys. Oh, the link is too long for me to put it in the chat. Now I gotta get a link shortener. Come on. Alright, let me see if this one works. There we go. There's official Sinbad pants right there. Right there. It's like one dude looking like The Rock before The Rock. And then like his sidekick. The other guy in the purple looks like his sidekick. That's like every time the dude in the blue tank top says something, the dude in the purple shirt says, he repeats it and he says, yeah, and then he'll just repeat what the guy in the blue tank top says. Yeah, genie pants, essentially, genie pants. Yes, yes, yes. Genie pantalones. Pantalones is one of the only words I remember from my freshman semester of Spanish. Actually, it's two words I distinctly remember. Pupitre. Pupitre pantalones. That means purple pants. Purple pants, purple pants. Tell all your uncles and all your aunts. Well, the Doge is hanging tough right about 5'9", guys. I don't anticipate much more movement. I don't anticipate it slipping down much more than this for the rest of the night into the next day. Hey, G3, welcome back. Welcome back. Study with the Views tonight. Yeah, not too shabby for an improv test stream. That went considerably longer than I anticipated. That's okay. That's okay. Tomorrow night, things will be much more... I'll have time to organize things a bit more and get things dialed in a little bit better. But I think this was a good little kickoff, good little start, right? Just having a kind of a cool little powwow here before the official debut. And I don't know why I'm pronouncing official. Probably because it's so late. But I think a few people probably fell asleep by their computers. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. Awesome, G3. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I got a few things to take care of before I hit the hay, and you know, I may just put on Porky's 3. That may be the last thing I do before I pass out. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this Stephen Steele live improvisational test stream. Your feedback was very valuable to me, very important. I really appreciate it. I think this is a good little start, a good little crew that we had here tonight. It was a lot of fun, and I really hope you enjoy things going forward. I'm expecting great things, and I think we're just going to have a great time and build a great community here. And please tell anyone that you might be interested that you know about what's to come, this channel and everything else. And until then, guys, I will probably be going on, like I said, tomorrow night around 10 p.m. So on this channel. So we are officially off of Twitter now for the live streams. Not that I won't occasionally do a Twitter live stream here and there for fun, because I do like streaming on Twitter too. So I will do that from time to time. But this will be the main platform now, guys. This will be the main platform now. So yeah, I guess that about does it. It was really, really, really cool hanging out with y'all. It was really cool. So thank you, Zero. Thank you, Backcross. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Jason Huffman, Lord Dadbod, Maddie B. Whoever else is still up. Pink Tuba. You guys are a good crew. All right. See you next time, guys.